They never warn you about this stage. They never prepare you for this phase. Because it does not look powerful. Because it does not look inspiring. Because it does not look like success. Every successful person you admire once looked like a failure. Not secretly, not quietly, but openly, publicly, painfully. They were ignored. They were doubted. They were underestimated. They were laughed at. They were dismissed. And not because they lacked potential, but because potential is invisible in the beginning. Success does not announce itself early. It does not arrive with applause. It does not come with validation. It comes quietly. It comes slowly. It comes disguised as failure. Before success, there is confusion. Before success, there is silence. Before success, there is rejection. You try. Nothing happens. You push. No response. Work. No reward. From the outside, it looks like you are wasting time. From the outside, it looks like you are lost. From the outside, it looks like you are failing. But inside, something is forming. Most people judge growth too early. They judge effort without results. They judge struggle without reward. They judge preparation without proof. That is why future winners are called failures. Think about it. When a seed is planted, nothing shows above the surface. Days pass, weeks pass, and still nothing. To the world, it looks dead, it looks useless. It looks like a mistake. But under the ground, roots are growing, strength is developing, structure is forming. If you dig it up too early, you kill it. If you judge yourself too early, you quit. Most people quit because they cannot stand looking like failures. They want progress that is visible, rewarded immediately. They want growth that is applauded, but real growth does not work that way. The hardest phase of success is the invisible phase. The phase where you are improving but no one notices. The phase where you are learning but no one respects it. The phase where you are building but no one believes. This is where most dreams die, because humans crave validation, and this phase gives none. Successful people survive this phase, not because they are special, but because they understand something most people do not. They understand that results come last. First comes discipline, then comes consistency, then comes patience, then comes pain, then comes progress, then finally comes success. Most people want to reverse the order. They want success first, then motivation, then discipline. That never works. Failures at first is because learning is ugly. Learning is slow. Learning is frustrating. In the beginning, you make mistakes. You move awkwardly. You fail repeatedly. From the outside, it looks like incompetence. From the inside, it is education. Every master was once clumsy. Every expert was once confused. Every legend was once uncertain. But people do not respect beginnings. They only respect endings. They clap at the finish line. They ignore the training. So when they see someone training, they assume that person is failing. Another painful truth. Successful people delay gratification. Failures chase comfort. When you choose long-term growth over short-term pleasure, you look strange. When you choose discipline over entertainment, you look boring. When you choose consistency over excitement, you look stuck. Comfort is loud. Progress is quiet. People mistake silence for stagnation. They mistake patience for weakness. They mistake focus for limitation. But the quiet ones are building something dangerous. Most successful people were not impressive at first. They were ordinary. They were average. They blended in. Because success does not start with talent. It starts with commitment. Talent gets attention. Commitment gets results. The world celebrates talent, but history is written by commitment. Commitment looks boring until it wins. Another reason success looks like failure at first is because society only respects results. Effort is invisible to spectators. Process is meaningless to critics. They only cheer when the trophy is lifted. They only clap when the finish line is crossed. They disappear during sacrifice. They are silent during struggle. Then suddenly they return and say you were lucky, you were gifted, you were always special. They ignore the years you were invisible. Successful people accept being misunderstood. They accept being doubted. They accept being alone, because they know validation comes after results, not before. If you need approval to move, you will never move far. Most people need permission to believe in themselves. Successful people give themselves permission. That is why they look delusional early. That is why they look unrealistic. That is why they look foolish. Until it works, and when it works, everyone rewrites the story. Here is a truth most people cannot handle. Failure is feedback. Success is adjustment. In the beginning you fail a lot. You fail openly. You fail repeatedly. And each failure teaches something. But people who fear looking like failures avoid trying. They avoid risk. They avoid growth. They protect their image. Potential. Successful people do the opposite. They sacrifice their image to build their future. They allow themselves to look bad while getting better. They allow embarrassment temporarily because they understand regret lasts forever. So they keep going. They keep learning. They keep adjusting. Slowly, quietly, almost invisibly, things begin to change. Skill sharpens. Confidence grows. Momentum builds. But even then the world does not notice, because progress compounds. It starts slow, then suddenly it explodes. And when it explodes, everyone is shocked. They ask, how did this happen overnight? They do not realize overnight success takes years. Years of discipline, years of doubt, years of failure, years of patience, years of looking like nothing. Most people cannot survive that phase. Not because it is impossible. Uncomfortable. It requires trusting yourself when no one else does. It requires continuing when results are absent. It requires believing when evidence is missing. This is why most people quit right before the breakthrough. They mistake delay for denial. They mistake resistance for rejection. They do not understand that resistance is proof you are moving forward. Growth always meets resistance. Change always creates friction. If success was easy, everyone would have it. Success selects for endurance. Another reason successful people look like failures is because they refuse shortcuts. Shortcuts look impressive early, but they collapse later. Real builders choose the long road, the slow road, the hard road, and the long road looks like wasted time to impatient people. But the long road builds foundations. The long road builds character. The long road builds resilience. Resilience is what keeps success alive. Many people reach the top. Very few stay there, because they skip the phase that builds strength. Successful people respect timing. They understand patience. They understand process. They know forcing results early weakens the outcome. So they stay consistent. They stay disciplined. They stay focused, even when nothing is happening. Especially when nothing is happening, because that is when the real work is happening. If you feel unseen right now, if you feel behind, if you feel ignored, you are not failing, you are building. If your effort is not rewarded yet, if your progress is not visible yet, if your work is not celebrated yet, you are exactly where you need to be. This phase separates winners from quitters. Do not rush it, do not explain it, do not defend it. Before success, you look like a failure. During growth, you look lost. During discipline, you look obsessed. But after success, everything makes sense. Stay patient, stay committed, stay focused. The world will catch up later, and when it does, they will call it success. But you will know the truth. It was never failure.